But I think it was good.
Yeah, I was 10 in the car
you were
too
10?
watching it, but I thought it was awful.
Well, you watched it in the car.
By the time it gets to the news, it's like dead.
It is.
So.
Yeah. No, that's my favorite one. I learned more about adulthood from Animal Crossing than I ever did from school. Thanks, public education system. Hello, fancy people. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Edification Hour. I'm Caleb, and I'm joined with
Logan.
Yay! Hello, welcome to a new season-ish of Nerd Edification Hour. As always, on the docket, we have some entertainment news. We talk about some movies, some YouTube stuff as well. And then we'll also have
some
your
TV shows.
Oh yeah, there are a couple TV shows that
Yeah.
I totally forgot to mention. Thank you. And then we'll have your little bit of Nintendo news, your nerd vocab, and then of course we have some anime news, plenty of anime news to talk about. And then we'll have some gaming news, some big stuff happen in the gaming world these past couple of weeks, and then we'll close out the show with some tech news. So let me reorganize my notes here. All right. What's going on first in entertainment news?
It looks like the Uncharted movie's releasing next month.
That's right.
You know, Uncharted, the games have always been kind of movies by themselves, so we're finally getting a live action version of it.
Yeah, I still can't get behind Tom Holland.
Tom Holland doesn't. I know, it is a bit weird.
Maybe he fits the role personality-wise, but he just doesn't look like
he doesn't have the physique, you know, not even the age, really. He looks way too young for it, but hey.
Tom Holland, that's Spider-Man guy, right?
I'm willing for him to prove me wrong, but it's going to be quite a hill to climb.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what they were doing with that casting, but the Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland, Nathan Drake, and Mark Wahlberg as Victor Sully premieres on February 18th. So
that's right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Yep. The movie acts as a prequel to the games, following the pair as they race to recover a fortune lost by Ferdinand Magellan. Excuse me. Sorry. Ooh. So that'll definitely be interesting. I might go see it. I gotta be honest, I've never actually played the games before.
I've barely watched a playthrough, maybe two.
To me, I don't know. I didn't get a PlayStation 4 in time. I've just had so much other stuff to play.
You know, I've never really been too much of a fan of the PlayStation movie games, really. And granted, Uncharted was kind of that before it was actually what it was. You know, way back even with PS3 and stuff, Uncharted was coming out. Just more of a fan of regular shooters, stuff like that. Not so much the movie action, climb up the walls for 30 minutes, you know.
I don't think you climb up.
Not 30 minutes, but you know.
No, but I always remember it's like Naughty Dog made this. Naughty Dog's done some pretty good stuff like throughout the years. Big fan of Naughty Dog. I wish they would continue the... no, hold on. Infamous. There we go. I wish they would continue Infamous series. Like, I miss Infamous so much.
Infamous 1 and 2 were amazing games.
Yes.
Both of them.
Well,
I actually enjoyed 2 more than 1. But.
No, 2 is great. 2 is, I'd say, better. 2 is better than 1. It was a continuation of the formula, and then Tale of Two Sons, or what was that it? Not Tale of Two Sons. I'm thinking...
Yeah, that's something else.
Hold on, Infamous. I gotta look it up now. What's the Infamous Second Son? It was Second Son. Yeah, Second Son. Infamous Second Son was actually really good.
Oh, really I thought you were trying to talk about a different Naughty Dog series, and I was like, I have no idea.
Oh, well,
not Second Son. Yeah,
we can go on forever about which
just Naughty Dog stuff.
Naughty Dog, like Jack and Daxter and.
They really do need
to
make up a new Jack and Daxter game. I've been missing that for quite a while.
Would love that. I need to actually go back and beat the other one because I got so frustrated with 2. I kept crashing. I played 3. I got pretty far in 3 before I played 2, funnily enough. I think it was just the person whose place I went to had like...
Yeah, you know, I think I played 3. I think that was actually my first game because I was kind of just... the younger brother, whatever my brothers purchased, I got the game, and they bought 3, so I played 3. But
Only bought 3. Wow, that's crazy.
Well, they might have bought the other ones, but they kept it shy from me.
Here's
Kept it
3.
away.
1 is so much so different from the other 2. Moving on. So apparently there's a Cake Station 3D animation contest. I've never actually heard of this channel. Is there a video? We'll play the trailer for that. The YouTuber Cake Station has been running several animation contests for 3D animators. The contest tasks each animator to create a creative fight scene incorporating a unique twist that changes per contest. All right, the red versus blue
Rooster Teeth
style.
kind of, Monty inspired.
Yeah, that's not bad though. That's actually pretty good. I like that. I was
actually, for an individual person to do that, I mean, it is very much in the spirit of red versus blue.
Yes.
And those, original Monty fights.
Mm-hmm. No, I always, growing up, I always saw the Monty video with like Samus and Master Chief.
Lloyd,
Hey Lloyd,
Uh-huh.
yeah. That's such a good. Just anything in like red versus blue, like they had some pretty good fight scenes too. It was really cool. But yeah, if you're interested in that, go check it out. I don't know if the contest is still going or not, or if if it's a video you just want to go watch it. But moving on, what's next?
So up next we've got the Book of Boba Fett. They kind of teased that at the end of Mandalorian. A lot of people have kind of been arguing about if they like it more, if they like it less. A lot of people, Boba Fett's such an old character. He's got so many fans that any kind of changes to his story, besides just bringing him back, bound to upset a lot of people.
Well, they did that in the comic book and in the video games. They actually brought Boba Fett back. It's like,
yeah, he was in, Force Unleashed. But it seems like a lot of the people aren't really a fan of how the direction for this show has been going. I've heard a lot of complaints, people just unhappy with the way he's acted, kind of the tone of the show as well. I think they were looking for something kind of a bit darker, even more so than The Mandalorian.
I don't know. It's Star Wars fans are one of those fan groups that it's just those very specific type of people that either love or hate whatever Star Wars
passionate
makes.
Amount of
very
people,
passionate about,
and such a wide spread of them that it's it's impossible to please everyone, but especially so for Star Wars fans, because you've got the original trilogy, you've got the prequels, and then now you've got the sequels for however many fans those have. But everyone's going to want something different. I'm sure a lot of prequel fans couldn't care less about Boba Fett, while original trilogy are obsessed with him, with even if he only showed up for 30 seconds in each movie.
No, I don't know. Sorry, my phone's blowing up. No, I'm interested to give it a watch. I like Star Wars. I just kind of like, I actually have not seen the last in the new trilogy.
Sequels.
I haven't seen that yet because I heard it was bad. So I'm just kind of like, I just need to sit down with my Disney Plus and just sit down and watch it.
Enjoy it, yeah.
But because usually I'm like, whatever. Oh yeah, I think I also got spoiled a little bit on it. But
with how much people are talking about it, kind of impossible to not get spoiled.
But I'm interested to see. I don't know when I'll be able to watch it, but I haven't even finished Mandalorian. I am so far behind. I do too much.
Yeah, I really enjoyed The Mandalorian for what it was. Dave Filoni, he's always been probably the best Star Wars creator out there, just in general right now, director, professional or otherwise. The Mandalorian just had so many callbacks to old stuff. It brought back, Ahsoka. Even some kind of like Legends stuff. General Thrawn, he was mentioned, and that was a big thing.
I need to watch Legends. I need to watch that other one, the Disney one that apparently was really good.
Which one? The animated one?
Yeah.
Rebels?
Yes.
Rebels, yeah.
I heard Rebels was really good. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get used to Rebels because even if you watch just the Clone Wars and stuff, it's such an art style difference between the two types of animated that...
Oh, I don't really anything.
Yeah,
I was like,
it just kind of bothered me a little bit. You get the Clone Wars huge lightsabers that kind of look like swords and stuff like that, and you go to Rebels and it's like the original trilogy, like little toothpicks that they have. It's like, all right, whatever.
But moving on, Peacemaker, HBO Max has released its newest entry in the DCU. We did talk about it a couple episodes ago, how they were introducing Peacemaker and everything. I guess the series is going now. Are people watching it? Do you know?
I've heard a couple people watching it. I haven't kept up with it myself. You know, honestly, I've kind of been getting superheroed out. There's so many MCU, DCU. You know, it's kind of overwhelming with how much there is.
Yeah. Side note: have you actually watched Invincible?
I did watch Invincible.
Yeah.
Yes,
that was actually pretty refreshing take. On,
it was, yeah,
on the superhero thing.
Yeah, and I did enjoy for kind of the twist villain kind of thing that they went for. They revealed it at the beginning, not the end. So whenever you're watching the series, it's always that tension, and you know,
There's that tension, like, oh no, when's it gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Invincible's so good. I cannot wait for season 2 and 3.
Yes,
confirmed.
I heard that they, even though they've confirmed that they haven't actually started on season 2 yet.
Yeah, probably, but it's confirmed.
So yeah, that's all that matters. We'll get it eventually.
But also, side note, in entertainment news, just recently, it didn't make it on the rundown, but you've heard of Critical Role, the D&D group?
Yes,
Legend of Vox Machina, their first campaign story is on Amazon Prime.
There we go.
So, and apparently there's a lot of swearing and violence in it. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah, they've just changed D&D so much. You know, they even got their own custom class added. I think it was to the official guidebook, the Blood Hunter.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't really been following
it so much, you know.
Like recently, but I can't wait to go watch
the show.
It looks hilarious. The trailer shows them trying to open up a keyhole. Like, haha, and I'll dance it, I'll sing it open. It's like, here's the key.
Yeah, just channeling that D&D energy.
Can't wait. Moving on to Nintendo news. Pokemon Legends, the Arceus is the highest rated Pokemon game in years.
Yeah, I mean, with such a drastic change that they've made to the formula, it was either going to be something people loved or they hated, and it looks like, for the most part, it's what people love.
Yeah, I mean, people have been sort of asking for something like this, but I think they definitely added... The game itself is admittedly a little bit jank, but it's like,
sometimes,
it's a good kind of jank. Like, oh, I could take this Pokemon I'm riding and I could jump over this rock I'm supposed to smash, but if you could figure out how to do it, it lets you do it.
Yeah. And it's kind of, despite how big of a change it is, people are going to always compare it to like Breath of the Wild, you know, another Nintendo open world game.
Yeah, of course.
And I think it's going to fall short of that, you know, graphically, render distance wise and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty hard to live up to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of pop-in. Like, technically, it is not very impressive, but like mechanics-wise, it's pretty interesting.
They changed a lot of the the agile style, strong style.
That was pretty. I'm like, okay, I like that a little bit. And so it's not a traditional turn-based thing, which I was like, that surprised me, but it's so subtle, it's like you wouldn't even...
Yeah, just like small changes here and there.
You wouldn't even tell. So it's got like a, how do I compare it to, basically like you have like a timeline of like, this character can move before this character, and like if you press a certain button, it'll actually show you the timeline.
Yeah, it tells
of like
you each action and what order that action goes in.
You could go up against a Pokemon and they could hit you twice before you even think about it.
You can do anything, yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, they can, and that's based on how you play. You know, if you're just using strong style, you're gonna get to do more damage, but less actions. You can get Pokemon hitting you 3-4 times if you just keep using that in a row before you can do anything.
It's true, or you can take your level 20, like I've done. I've taken a level 20 to fight a level 40 something, and it.
I was trying that. Didn't have much luck myself.
It's surprisingly the basically like X attack and like X defense. I think in this one they don't focus on special. Okay, when you get a buff, I think it just buffs everything.
Everything.
So it
instead of
says
just
like
one or two.
because it just says like
Offense above.
Heracross use sword stance. It's
Stronger.
it got an
like,
offensive.
Its offensive capabilities increased. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so we're just generalizing now. That's interesting, but we still have the special and physical kind of
the split and stuff like that. One thing I think is such a quality of life change is how quickly you capture stuff.
Yes.
Instead of it shaking 3 times before you see if you captured it or if it's gonna break out after 15 seconds of waiting. It's just one little pop up and then you've either captured it or it escapes, and then you got to try again.
One tweet I saw was like the battle system itself is just so much faster instead of like having a random encounter and like
yes, and
having
then you go through the animation of
enemy Pokemon cries, and then your Pokemon cries,
and it's missing that Diamond and Pearl 15-second HP goes down very slowly.
Yeah. Play if you're a Pokemon fan. Go play.
Definitely,
Pokemon
it's really
Legends
enjoyable.
Arceus, highest rated Pokemon game in a while. It's super fun. I can attest to that. I cannot wait to find all the different Pokemon.
The new
forms.
Hisuian forms. Yeah,
it's a lot of them. There's more than I thought there would be. I'm like, oh.
I know. Yeah, I didn't watch it. There was like a video of all the new forms and stuff like that, and it was like 15 minutes or something like that. That's a lot to go through.
A lot. Moving on. Why don't you take this next one? So with the good comes the bad, unfortunately.
So we've got NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
No, not yet.
Am I skipping stuff?
Yes.
What am I skipping?
The other part of the Nintendo news?
That is right. So yeah, bad news on the Nintendo front and bad news with the NFT stuff. But YouTube soundtracks have been hit by Nintendo for over 1,300 copyright strikes on their game soundtracks or just sound effects in general. Nintendo's always been pretty strict about that kind of stuff, but something this large, 1,300 strikes in a relatively short amount of time is kind of
excessive.
Worrying.
Yeah, usually they kind of like trickle in, they probably hit a channel maybe, but they don't go like such a wide. There goes the Keyblade again. Just leave it down. It's such a wide like strike. It's kind of suspicious, but also nah. Like
it's very in character for Nintendo, but just such a large number. It's like, I guess with a new game release, even though they never do this before, they're just like, all right, time to just crack down on it. Some companies and stuff will put on a kind of grace period where you're not allowed to stream or upload music of something for about like a month or two before the game or after the game releases and before, and then they kind of open up a little bit. Nintendo's just always been very strict in general. Even if you play music for like 5 seconds or something, that can get your. I know,
and it's kind of sad. Like, there's really no place to go to look for or to listen to. You can't really listen to it. Like, it's not on a streaming platform. They don't sell it. Like, it's kind of hard.
It's just all random YouTube videos, and then in a week they're gone.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's really sad because I am a proponent. I listen to video game music in my car. I'm not ashamed.
And I mean, Nintendo's got one of the best soundtracks just in general over all of their games. The Pokemon soundtrack, Mario. The 64, Dire Docks. Just iconic songs that you're just hear one note of and you go, oh, all right, yeah, that's that song.
Yeah, Metroid Prime intro, yeah, love that. Bump it. I'm a Metroid guy, so I love Metroid. No, it's really sad, and I think it kind of hurts the game preservation. But I think as long as the people upload the music and don't try to make a profit off it, I think it's fine. I think when there's ads before the video, I think it's like that can be a little detrimental. But Nintendo, if you freaking put the music in places I could listen to, maybe we wouldn't have this problem.
Put it on Spotify, even iTunes. If you could just buy an album of the game album on iTunes or something like that.
Well, that was the thing. They sell the game albums, but it's only like 5 songs in the entire. I'm like, no, I want to listen to the level music. What is it? The opening theme, closing theme, the menu theme. Well, I don't want to listen to menu theme. Menu theme's kind of Well,
sometimes they can be.
Except for World Ends With You, pause menu screens are always...
I've not played that game. I heard there was a second one coming out.
It's out.
It is out?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the HD one, I think it's on, or the HD remake, or up-res from the DS version. It's like, I think it's on Switch. I don't know if it's on anything else, but definitely the second one's even on PC. So it's on like
cool.
everything. So.
It's on Steam?
Yeah.
Stuff like that? All right, cool.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
It might be one of those timed exclusives on Epic Games Store.
Yeah, you never know with how much people are doing exclusives with Epic.
All right, now I will let you take over. We're doing our nerd
Yeah, so I was just so
vocab.
excited to talk about this that I skipped over the Nintendo news. NFTs, non-fungible tokens. You know, it's kind of you purchase a digital item, kind of a blockchain thing.
Is it? Go ahead and read the definition and then
First,
we'll,
all right. The NFT provides a unique ID that asserts the owner is in possession of the original item that can be resold for a percentage of profits. They can be images, GIFs, videos, accounts, or even video game skins. They have a mixed reception due to the volatile nature of the NFT, and the items sold can be easily replicated or perceived as ugly.
Like that.
Yes, those.
Like those stupid
those are all
monkeys.
very ugly.
I hate them. I hate all of them. It's such a dumb thing.
Those millions of just computer-generated images.
They really are just ugly computer-generated images. Like, I know a lot of people have been... So, how do we explain this? NFTs are like a form of crypto, which, if anything, if we have to end the show early, I do want to talk about at least that last...
crypto?
That last story.
Okay.
Crypto is like a digital currency, though there's like a lot of them now anyways. Yes. The main one is Bitcoin, and you'll hear Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Dogecoin even.
Dogecoin
that had its old meme thing to it, you know.
It's a meme coin, so, you know, and the whole thing is like, it's like a decentralized, like it's not controlled by anything. Yes. But I think this whole NFT discussion could go on forever. We could probably fill the rest of the show with just trying to talk about NFTs,
cryptos, and
but
NFTs. Yeah,
it's just the nature of the NFTs themselves. Like, I like the idea, but I think all of the execution is completely wrong. Like, I don't want NFTs in my games because, and actually, I saw a Twitter thread. Saw a Twitter thread with this game designer. He said, here's like why probably the whole NFT video game stuff, like you can bring this skin into another game or something like that. Yeah. Why it wouldn't work. Because everybody inputs different values when they make a video game. Like say take this steering wheel that I have in front of me, right?
Okay, yeah.
If you take this steering wheel and put it into another car game, it might not be the exact same size.
Yes.
So there's no standard. It could be, they could say it's 20 inches, whereas another game designer will build the asset for a steering wheel and say it's like 50. I don't know, or like 2 centimeters or something like that. You know what I mean? It just basically everybody would have to do the standard, but obviously you can't because different systems.
There's no way to enforce the standard to it. Yeah.
So like the size of Pokemon Arceus, while it seems big, it could actually just be like the size of this paper. Yeah. And maybe they just scrolled in and zoomed in and did you know what I mean? Versus like Skyrim, which could be the size of this room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get you.
But let's stop talking about NFTs because we'll go on forever. What's going on with anime?
So the Jujutsu Kaisen
play the trailer, by the way.
Zero movie appears in theaters March 18th, 2022.
I don't know if there's a trailer. Oh, it's just a poster. Sorry.
Poster? All right, that's enough. This adds to Jujutsu Kaisen's storyline and adds the prequel volume Zero and follows the crucial character Yuta Okatsu a year before the main series starts.
I can't wait. I'm hyped. Jujutsu Kaisen was a very fun watch.
I personally haven't watched it yet. I've seen it, circulating around Gojo, stuff like that. and
Yeah, advice
the
is
what
go
kind
Joe.
of woman do you like meme, that kind of stuff. But other than that, I haven't personally watched it.
My best friend. I love that. It's a fun time. I highly suggest it. We won't dwell on that one too much though, because I think we got to start wrapping up. Yeah, pretty quickly. All right. So the Totally Not Mark situation. There was a YouTuber where Toei Animation kind of went through and just struck his entire channel, basically like deleting his channel and everything. Probably almost.
Looks like he's at least
so
starting to go on the uphill.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was YouTube actually stepped in and kind of helped him out, which usually YouTube doesn't do.
Yeah,
so like, especially for like anime people, because Japan and it's like, but it's the internet, so like. YouTube, if you could have helped me when we did this stuff. But anyways, so apparently, yeah, it's on the up and up. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Really quick, let's go through like some anime stuff going on this season that maybe you haven't heard about. Just a small list. The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. That actually sounds like a pretty interesting premise.
It does. Yeah, it seems like one of those just kind of takes, there's so many isekai fantasy stuff going on right now. It's just kind of a good subversion of that, where it's not about power
isekai?
fantasies and stuff. I have no idea.
Oh. I don't know. I tried to look at the synopsis, but it didn't say anything about isekai, so maybe it's just
I was just saying isekai fantasy, kind of that world kind of thing. Isekai probably wasn't the right term.
That's fine.
But yeah, it just seems kind of a subversion of the...
Not an isekai?
Not an isekai? All right, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so it kind of just seems of the subversion of like the fantasy genre type of thing, instead of it being kind of power fantasy-ish, fight the monsters and stuff. It seems it's kind of more social.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, I might check it out. And of course, if you've been following Attack on Titan final season, part 2.
Yep, final season,
Gosh,
part 2.
Such a mouthful. Crazy crap is happening.
It's definitely the final season. A bunch of finale level stuff going on every episode.
Yeah. Screw Gabby. That's all I'm gonna say.
Not a fan of her.
Not a fan of Gabby. Don't really care for her. Anyways.
All right.
And then Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. It's a Japanese romance comedy.
Rom-com? All right.
It's a rom-com, and I had the synopsis, but I guess I lost it. So. But that's apparently something to look forward to. I think it's either out or it's going to be out.
I've recently lost trust in Kodansha, if that's how you pronounce it.
Really?
Even though I didn't really follow the series, you saw all the memes about the Rent-A-Girlfriend, the latest chapter, kind of, not latest, I don't think anymore, but apparently that kind of stuff is a very common occurrence with their series, and it's just kind of disheartening to kind of see it.
Huh. All right, let's move on to some gaming news, which that might be the last thing we cover on the show, and then I do want to talk about crypto. Yep. Okay. Real quick at the end. So, go ahead.
All right. So, Microsoft has acquired Activision Blizzard. The tech giant Microsoft has bought the popular gaming publisher for $68.7 billion.
That's
just an
insane amount of money.
You can't
Where
even think
do
about what that number means and how much money that is.
It's so much.
And the crazy thing is, with all of the controversies that have been happening, they probably got that at a bargain. Yeah. Probably nowhere near what it would have been before all the controversies.
Oh, there's a whole theory about the controversies and delaying Overwatch 2 and laying people off. They did a whole layoff at Blizzard, and just they basically stockholders go down, so Microsoft
so they would just
buys
sure,
it. Yeah,
I can get that at a cheap price. Well, cheap for them.
But
the acquisition will transfer all of Activision's studios and intellectual properties, including the well-known Call of Duty franchise. It's unclear how long this deal will be completed or what will happen to the game studios that were under the publisher.
Yeah, so that's long term. We don't know what's going to happen, but short term, I think Microsoft. Yeah, I mean they got King, which is the Candy Crush mobile game company, so that's a pretty significant increase in their budget, I guess. Like, little grandma, I can't get past this level.
Yeah,
I got to pay money.
And I've heard people kind of talk about Blizzard's kind of a passive kind of income kind of thing. You know, they've got WoW, just monthly subscription. I don't even know how many people are still subscribed. They don't advertise those numbers anymore. But even if it's, you know, 1 million people still playing WoW, that's 15 million every month from doing nothing.
Pretty much.
That'll cover, well, not the cost of purchasing the studio, but at least it's just a steady income kind of thing. They don't have to wait on game releases.
Yeah, it is. But also, side note, apparently just recently Sony acquired Bungie for what I say was like
3.8, I think.
3.8 billion. Yeah, just yesterday or last night.
Maybe panic buying from seeing that acquisition.
That's all these companies are buying.
And Bungie's always had ties more to Xbox over Sony and PlayStation and stuff. So we'll see how that changes. You know, they made Halo, even though they let go of that and switched over to Destiny. You know, it's kind of always just been an Xbox-oriented company.
I think I saw a tweet where it's like, oh, so Microsoft buys Crash and Spyro, so because they fall under Activision. So Sony acquires Halo. So the studios who made Halo, like, oh,
taking each other's properties.
Pretty much. And last, but for the gaming news, before we go on to the very end. Unfortunately, we can't talk about this other technology stuff. We got enough time. Tifa Lockhart went to Italy.
She did, yeah. She took a vacation, unwound for a little bit.
Yeah, unwound.
Maybe a bit too much.
Like, we can't go into detail what happened. If you know, you know. But there's a lot of, fan art.
Yeah, it sparked a storm. A lot of, just fan art of her in Italy taking vacations in front of the flag, stuff like that. More family-friendly kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think that was the funniest thing that
it's crazy that it happened in the first place. So I guess that's what they get for hosting a public. It was on Facebook or something like that.
Well, I think a hacker hacked the streaming portion of Zoom or something like that, and so they were trying to figure out how to turn off. So you just hear angry Italian trying to turn off the video. It brought me so much joy. Last but certainly not least, let's just jump ahead to Crypto Land. You could play that video, but remember, stop it before minute 34. You just stop it stop it, cut away from the video 3:34. So just keep an eye on the time. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what is this? What's happening?
So Cryptoland is a project that creates an exclusive community for crypto enthusiasts to live, work on, and cultivate crypto-related projects. This project's received some pretty heavy pushback for its unsettling presentation video and very creepy comments made by the official Twitter account. Worse is that the project was not able to purchase the private island it advertised, so the project will now continue its venture in the metaverse as a digital-only island.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's very interesting. No, when I first saw this video, it was yeesh. It's not great. Like the very uncanny coin character that just the animation in itself, like that guy right there.
Yeah, that's a very unsettling character to have representing you.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking. I think it's another one of those crypto scams. You could probably cut away from the video now. I think this guy is just gonna talk about stuff. The full video, it just seems like it's kind of bashing itself, which doesn't make any sense.
Almost like a parody kind
of. Yeah, it's like a parody. I'm like, wait, you can't have an official presentation as a parody, and the video looks terrible also. But
it didn't look great. But Crypto. A lot of crypto enthusiasts are willing to do anything.
How you cannot go make an entire island like civilization with like.
They couldn't.
Yeah,
they couldn't even get the island.
No, like it's so hard to do that. And then what if a hurricane comes by? Like you know what I mean?
Workers there 24/7. You know.
Yeah, where are the people who work there gonna live?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a commute every day.
Yeah. How are you gonna get supplies over there? You're gonna run ships every month or something? Like, it's just so much planning that was never realistically going to happen from this group.
So cringy too. Blockchain hills. Get out of my face. Get out of my face with the House of Dow. Like, oh my gosh. Sorry. It was all sorts of crazy. NFTs, crypto. I think it could have a purpose, but I think it's not the right time. I don't think.
It's in that starting phases where it explodes, and then it's going to very, very soon crash. It already kind of is. Not that bad.
I did see that,
but it is probably just going to completely collapse in on itself, and then probably after that stabilize. But who knows?
Who knows? But that's gonna be it. We could, like I said, we could sit here and talk about crypto for hours, just how terrible and awful it is. But that's gonna be it here for us, Nerd Edification Hour. And until next time, stay fancy.